Welcome to YouTube Inception, where I'm going to be reacting to Clen, reacting to him, reacting to me, reacting to him, reacting to me, reacting to sypherPK, to sypherPK reacting to him. Something like that anyway, I don't know, I may have got lost in that one, but let's go.
So something interesting really happened. I opened my phone and there was a notification from sypherPK.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm going to walk you through the entire thing for today's video, guys. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Kyle. I'm your guy with many YouTube channels. Let's get right into it. So, I was scrolling on Twitter, right, a couple days ago, and I saw this tweet from Mr. JOY. Wait, what? Has he hit his head? And I was really...
He's not saying it in a British accent. Wait, what? No.
confused naturally, and I'll show you the video too before we continue on. And it's a tweet from Oni Studios saying, PK giving advice on how to be a successful streamer. W or L advice. I think it's important.
To be fair to me, Oni Studios did say, is it WL advice?
For this conversation that we're going to have for you to watch a video. Only 30 seconds long. I'll play it for you right now.
Put a lot into my education. I love playing Fortnite on my PS5, but I don't want to go to college. I want to be a successful gamer streamer. I could fail. My parents hate when I play games. Well, your parents are right. You could fail. If your goal, listen to me, your goal is to become a successful streamer, gamer, you have to be willing to be the best at what you're doing right now and still be willing to go to college and put your best foot forward there while building up your gaming, your YouTube, your channels. If you can't do well in school and go to college while also building up your platforms that you want to eventually transition into, you are not cut out to be a streamer and YouTuber. That is my honest advice to you.
To be honest with you, I thought it was pretty solid advice.
Pretty solid advice.
I completely agree with it. So naturally, I posted to Jay because I like Jay. I like interacting with Jay, right? So I was like, hey, what's wrong with that? And then Jay ended up responding with a link to one of Sypher's videos. I ran away to become a YouTuber. Now, I personally have not watched this video, and I can understand the irony through that, right? So my apologies, I don't have exactly the tweet for you. For some reason I must have messed together, Owen, but I said something along the lines of like, oh, I didn't see that video. That's pretty much what I said, right? And it's just, I wasn't gonna watch the video. There was nothing to it. I didn't have time to catch up on the video, but after that, I just left it at that, right? Took the dog for a little stroll. Then I got home and I actually had a notification from sypherPK in the replies because I was talking to Mr. JOY, and Sypher actually responded to Jay, and he had this to say: I left home after I was making enough money for content to be my job for a solid 6 months. The point I'm making is you can't be organized with your school and personal life, and it's unlikely you'll succeed at content. Now, we have one more tweet there because sypherPK just posted that and left it. Now, well, actually 2 tweets, because I said I did not expect to open my phone to a Sypher notif with a couple laughing emojis, because honestly, not my conversation, not my place, but I was tagged in it, so that's why I felt it was okay for me to
let me step into the chat here.
It's not really an input, right? But Mr. JOY had this to say: I feel like you're assuming my conclusion, which I guess is valid since I didn't give one, and just posted your video. But here it is. This has nothing to really do about you leaving home. In fact, I just find it rather ironic that in the video where you say, if you can't do well in school and college while also building your platform at the same time, you are not cut out to be a streamer. This is said by someone who, in their own admission, skipped college to stream, or even while in class would work on the next stream. Now,
in the video where he's making reference to where he leaves home after 6 months of making some good Twitch revenue, there was a previous, let's go back a bit further in sypherPK's story, where he was not a partner yet, but obviously Twitch partnership was a little different there, so it had 500 concurrent. So we were working in an area of 0 views to 500 concurrent viewers. So he could have been earning some good money before then. But how long he's been doing that, I'm not really too sure. So it is what it is now. But what he did say is that he went to his parents and said, oh, I want to give streaming a real
I honestly felt that if I pursued being a streamer, I'd jeopardize my future and be disrespecting everything that they've done for me. I tried to show them that I'd already found some success in doing it. I tried to explain how passionate I was about it and that I'd do anything to achieve my dream. But they didn't listen, and I was forced to enroll in college. And this was a really hard time for me. I honestly felt trapped. But what's funny is my parents actually thought that I was a good student, but most of the time I was skipping class so that I could stream. And if I was in class, I'd be on my laptop trying to plan my next YouTube video. And listen, don't do this, okay? I'm not proud of the fact that I lied to my parents about going to school. But at the same time, it was because of that dedication that I finally became a Twitch partner, which was a big moment for me.
So this was the point I was pointing out. This was the irony. Because he was saying the dedication of him skipping classes allowed him to get Twitch partner. Now, he may have also been doing his college work at this point, It doesn't sound like that. Obviously, maybe he's over, as Clen is about to say, because this is future Jamie after watching the video. Maybe it's an over-exaggeration. He was skipping class, and when he did go to class, he was planning the next stream. So he wasn't really given his all now. Obviously, Clark, when I talked to Clark on the stream, he said, like that's a very normal thing to do in college. Like focus, you do what you need to do, and then sort of if you can do the work and do it, maybe he did balance it. But when when you should, was he giving it his full attempts? Like, would he have gone on further? Like, I don't know what he was doing in college, but in my opinion, all I was pointing out was the irony. Like, the irony's still there. He like, if he had just said, focus on college, try and focus on college, whatever, do this. But it's because he said you can't be, what did you say? You can't cut out, wait, what did you say?
If you can't do well in school and go to college while also building up your platforms that you want to eventually transition into, you are not cut out to be a streamer and YouTuber. That is my honest advice to you.
To be honest with you,
So you're not cut out to be a content creator. I think that's what he said. You're not cut out to be a streamer. You can't balance for both, which he may have been. He may have also been doing his work, but was he really committed if he was like, mate, the teacher's talking, you're in class, but you're trying to plan the next stream.
this is really tough because, again, I have not watched that video. I don't know anything about Sypher's life, and to be honest with you, Sypher's video could very well be a little bit exaggerated, especially by the title. I just found it really funny. You guys, please let me know down below if you'd like to see, like, more...
No, he did run away from home, technically.
Random story videos like this. I just thought it was an interesting thing that I wanted to share with you. Now, it is important to note that I do completely still agree with what sypherPK is saying, but honestly, I get the irony in what Mr. JOI was trying to post here. There are so many kids today that just want to grow up and be a streamer, or not even just kids, people that want to grow up and just be a streamer, be a YouTuber, but it is such a high risk. The likelihood of you succeeding is slim to none. So
To be fair, I would also say this, the likelihood of succeeding doing anything is very low. Looking at my baby face, you wouldn't know I'm slightly a little bit older than sypherPK. I've been to college, not American college, I still think that's slightly different than British college, but I've done catering, went into catering, didn't like it, got bored, decided, well, this is not really my thing, did electrical. I've been in the switchgear industry for 10 years, 11 years, I've built £1 billion pound data centers, or the power for the data centers. Done that for years. Now I'm thinking, I'm going to set up my own business, doing something completely different than what I learned when I went to college to then do catering. Now I changed it to do electrical, and now I'm doing something completely different because I'm like, I hate not earning my own money. But actually, what's the statistics of a new business failing within a year or not being a streamer? I still think not being a streamer would probably be higher, but the rate of businesses going under within a year, I'll come back here in a year's time, my business might be under, but at least I give it a shot. But what I'm saying is, there's always comes a time that you need to take a risk.
honestly really
I think that's what you got to install, rather than giving this really bland advice to a kid that went, oh, should I give streaming a go and not go to college? And he says, oh, do both, which is sound advice. But I'm like, in this life, like, you get one attempt. It's like, if you fail, at least you tried. Or do you go, oh, I consolidate or something and try and do both, jack of all trades sort of thing, and skilled at none, or skilled at all, we're not really good at one. That's to be fair, that's my nan's advice. But of course, Twitch earnings did leak a couple years back now, and the 8,000 streamer earned 29,000 since 2019, which means because it was since that point, divide by 2, they were barely earning 15 grand a year, which is below minimum wage. Definitely below, because they probably had to stream like 80 hours to get that. And there's 7 million people streaming on the platform, so that's a very small percentage. Obviously slower than businesses failing. At least 40% of businesses would succeed in 3 years. And at least 99% of Twitch streamers would fail. I do get it. But again, I wasn't really getting too much into it, rather than the irony with what sypherPK was saying, how he done it. To be a streamer, you have to be a little bit crazy, a little bit delusional. Like, you are less than 1% of the population. Literal delusional.
I love what sypherPK said here, where you have to make sure you're still going to school. You have to make sure you're working. Do this as a side thing, and if you become perfectly content, if you make enough money, then you can. It's be okay to quit and go full time. I'm not saying it's completely wrong for everybody to. It's a risky thing. You know what I mean? So I relate to that personally because that's what I'm doing. I have a daytime job. I do some more voiceover work on the side, and I do YouTube whenever possible. It's at nighttime. I'm recording this video at nighttime for you, and then I edit in the morning. I put it out, right? Well, not edit. You know what I mean. I have a whole routine. When I go with it. So I put my actual day job first. Do I want to do this full time? Absolutely, I would love to. But I completely agree with what Sypher was saying here. But in saying that, though, Mr. JOY, there's nothing really wrong with what he said because according to Mr. JOY, in their own admission, Sypher skipped college to stream or even while in class would work on the next stream. So again, it's just a little bit of chaos here. I see points from both ends, to be honest with you. But that original video from Sypher, I thought was really cool. I saw it, to be honest with you, because I follow Oni Studios and I wanted to make a connecting video on it. But at the same time, I was like, yeah, this happened, and I thought this would be a little bit more interesting to post because
Content advice. Drama sales.
Again, it was so weird to get a sypherPK notification, man. And I was kind of laughing to myself.
I wouldn't say it's drama, though.
If you know Clark on the channel, Clark's a good friend of the channel, and he's always talking about how there's some particular YouTubers or streamers that seem to have been pissed off at him at some points, and Sypher was one of them. So I wanted to.
I wasn't pissed off with Sypher.
Screenshot this to be like, I'm not saying
I was
Sypher's pissed off or anything, but I was like, hey, now Jay's pissed him off. But I don't think that Sypher's probably not pissed off about it, but at least it got his attention enough where he had to reply. Maybe he was just making his point clear. It's just a little bit odd to see a tweet like between Jay and I that hasn't really had absolutely no interactions, right? And Sypher went out of his way to reply. So I would want to do the same if I were him, but I found that interesting again to myself. So maybe we can count 2 for Sypher not liking it. I doubt it though. I doubt it, honestly. But guys, I thought this was just a funny story that I would like to share for you guys. Please, I'm always looking for feedback on the channel. Let me know if this is something that you would like me to cover moving forward. Maybe some things that I've done on Twitter. That's not a bad idea for a little bit of a series, but it's not always going to have someone verified in it. Typically, when I make Twitter videos, they do pretty well. Talking about drama, though. It's not just random stuff like this, but guys,
WL advice.
Thank you so much for watching.
That's how we got in this scenariyo. Let's not do that again.
Feedback though on the channel. I do want to point you to the Discord server. I'm giving away free V-Bucks to one random person who
shut up, please.
completes the channel feedback survey. I'm always looking to improve the channel, so if you jump in the Discord server, right there, it'll be in the description, in the pinned comment down below. It will be in the description down below again.
Not in my description down below, in his. Great video. I've already liked it because I was going to watch it later. I tried to avoid watching it. That's why I liked it and put in my save to watch laters. Save to watch laters. Let's read some comments. Imagine Kyle's face when Sypher was in his notification. I'm with Sypher here. I think Sypher's point, if you aren't making enough money to go full-time streamer, and you should keep going to school or college. This argument against Sypher and his video doesn't make enough sense because it seems that Sypher balanced school and streaming until we got to college. Which, I mean, he may have done. He's vague in the video that I'm referring to. Now, the animator in the video put that he was around 100 to 90 viewers on a video with the scenario and the time period we're talking about before he became a partner, which again was different. It was 500 concurrent viewers, so he could have had lower than that. Obviously, nowadays, I would know that he'd be below 75 viewers or above occasionally. To be fair, you could realistically, with 75 concurrent viewers, go full time. To be fair, I know some who can and can't because the sub conversion is either higher or lower. You know, some months you get it, some months you don't. Last month, here you go, Jamie. Here's $2,000 you made from YouTube. This month, here's 100 quid. What? But the point I was referring to is not the same point. Like what he said and balancing he did, but from his own admission, at some points, he wasn't giving it 100%. Which, if I went to college, like, when I'm there. Like, I take it in and do coursework. If I'm not 100% listening, like, maybe he's just, maybe skill-wise, and he's on a different level to everyone. Like, he can, like, just zone out and plan streams and miss classes and do streams, which seem to be, when I watch American movies, seem to be how they do their colleges. I don't feel like that's sort of the not environment, like the what's the word I'm looking for in the UK. Maybe it's more of a university thing, like, okay, there's a class where we could go to and could miss, or should I do coursework? Maybe that's a bit more of a thing in university, which I didn't go to because I'm dumb. he was making enough money. Yeah, but not. He wasn't. He may have been. Again, he wasn't. He was vague on that point. But he's saying that if you can't balance it, you're not cut out to be a streamer. And in his own admission, was he truly balancing it? Like, he worked out for him. But I'm saying if it didn't, would he have I don't know. Anyway, it is what it is. I'm making money from streaming. If you aren't making money in YouTube from streaming, then you should continue with school. But Sypher did, in fact, make enough money. We take his word for it. Clark went on Mr. JOY's stream, and it was very interesting to hear talk about. Good song, enjoy my stream. Thank you very much. Sypher is giving advice based on his own struggle to trying to build his platform. Again, did I not say that from one point of view? The second time when he left, when he was earning for 6 months, that was different to the point of time that I was saying. Okay, that's the last time I commented on that. Another very good video. It makes me wonder if sypherPK went out of his way to reply, and that maybe there was some truth to what Mr. JOY was saying. He replied to the first point with a video where it was a bit vague, so maybe not. I wouldn't. The reason why Sypher is right here is because one big thing: times have changed. Wait, what? When Sypher was in college and dropped out till now there's a huge difference. Another smaller thing. I mean, in the content space and Twitch space, maybe there was less, but if he's talking about college and like the workspace itself, I don't know. We're also about to belly flop into a recession. I have no idea. Is it better to go to college or try and go to work? I just don't know if you can try and get yourself a job. Obviously, college again different in the UK, so you know, I think the rate of college work is quite high if you go to college, and then the chance of you get in employment, how many people are not unemployed is quite high. So I thought it was good advice too. Yeah, the actual advice isn't generally bad, although I would argue it's very vague. Like, you don't know the kid's position, you don't know if he actually has money saved up, he had a part-time job, if he's like, maybe he wants to take a gap year and do streaming, which I wouldn't advise. I would like take a gap year, travel, get a TikTok, get a Twitter, go around, Instagram, travel, build up a thing. Oh, look, I'm streaming. Oh, honestly, TikTok live streams, if you're traveling, obviously you might not have any money. So that's poor advice, W advice, L advice, chat. I get what both of them are trying to say, rousers. Well, it looks like that's it. Yeah, I mean, like what Sypher said in the tweet wasn't wrong. I would argue what I said is also not wrong. I'm just, to be fair, I'm not saying if it's a double L. I'm just saying, on reflection, it's a bit ironic what he was saying to what he does or what he did at the time. Obviously, he might at that point been making quite a bit of money. So it is what it is. But again, as I said prior, people have to take risks. Forget about the whole magical world of streaming and put like, oh, you want to start a business or you want to change your career. How many people don't change their career earning trash money because they either listen to people or don't have their own sort of, their own sort of, on their own merit, or they don't believe in themselves, so they listen to their parents or something, which your parent might be right, to be fair. Although I will say one interesting thing about sypherPK's video, it's weird how he summed it up by saying about his parents, saying they've come around now. I'm like, also they've come around. My parents didn't listen to me, and they forced me to go back. Very strong, strong words there, Sypher. I mean, they did listen to you, you just didn't like what they said, in my opinion. Second of all, if it's 10 years later and you're still like, well, they've come around now. I knew I was right. Getting one over your parents 10 years later, chat. Am I right? No, okay. I'm being a bit of a... I'm not going to lie. But it is what it is. But maybe when you should take advice from sypherPK, how he streams, and as a very good streamer as he is, you probably shouldn't take his advice of how to meet your perfect wife, because he landed on his feet, don't get me wrong, but how he met her, red flags everywhere. Oh my god. Watch that video. That's interesting. Guys, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. Let me beat Clen to 10k.